Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We are down here in a basement because me and my wife has recently purchased a house, and this is downstairs in the basement area, and it's a pretty good size area, but this little corner right here is going to be my little bass corner that I'm going to do stuff in. And here's your little sneak preview of it here. The walls are going to have to be painted white instead of this yellow looking color. But in this little corner here, there's going to be a better desk. I can put junk on this wall here. It'd be pretty cool once I get it done. But what we're going to do right now is I'm going to jump into taking a reel apart, and we're going to find out what happened to it the other day.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry about the kind of sucky lighting right now. They are plug in right above us here, right there. We're gonna do put some lights and stuff down here. But this is the reel in question. I bought this reel at Bass Pro while I was on vacation last year, and it messed up on me. I was casting one time with a jig, and this button here, it's staying down, it popped back up, and I didn't touch the reel at all. I mean, it just popped up. I sent that reel back, and they sent me an identical reel. It's the Revo S. Focus. It's the Revo S reel, and it's the newer reel versus the old Revo S that I got. But while I was at work fishing on an employee day, I throwed this swim jig, and it was just on a little bitty VMC hook. I don't know, can't remember what size that is, but it's a little belly weighted hook. When I was throwing this, it done the same exact thing as my other one did. So we're going to tear this apart and see what went wrong with it. What it does is when you cast that there and you reel it in, it's kind of got like a grinding noise. I don't have a refund or a exchange on this one because I used it on my other one naturally. So we're going to tear this apart, and we're going to see what's wrong with it inside. Right, guys, we're down to this part of the reel, and as you can see, I have set everything up here exactly the way it came off, all the way down to the screw that holds the oiling cap. Now, we're going to see, sorry for the light again, we're going to see what this bad boy has done here. We're going to ease it off real slow, because they are bearings and stuff right in here. Then you got this sleeve right here. We're going to know that goes back in before the bearings go in. But here's the gear set, and just by looking at it, it doesn't look like nothing's eat up in the gears. I don't see really nothing, sorry for the focus, chewed up. So we're going to continue to take it on apart and check it out. And it probably didn't help nothing that I let it soak in the water when I caught that big spoonbill. And if you haven't seen that video, you need to go check that out for sure. But we're going to keep tearing this apart layer by layer, and we're going to see if we can see anything in this brass cog that might be stripped or wore down from the cast backing up like that. I got my flashlight out on my phone. As you can see here, I got all the drag system took off. There's the main shaft that your handle goes on to, and here are the two brass pieces. Now, if you look closely, those pieces do not look wore at all. They don't look stripped or nothing. I cleaned off all the grease on it, and I stuck them together. I know the lighting's bad. Let me see if I can get better lighting. I stuck them together like this, and you can see that, well, you can't really see real well, but there's no gaps in it. And I went all the way around it, and it worked pretty smoothly. So what I'm gonna do is I got some Shimano grease and some hot sauce, Baron lube. I'm gonna put it all back together and see what it does after that, because everything in here looks good. These plastic cogs here, the white and yellow, they're not stripped. This is the hole that this little doohickey goes down into. This part is where your spool sets into, right here. Then this cog is what actually turns the big cog there on the shaft. So we're going to put all this back together and grease it up, and we'll go from there. You can see here that I've used like little tweezers to put as an applicator to put on the grease. And the grease, you don't put a lot on it. I know it looks like I missed this here, but it's where I turned it into that small cog. You don't have to put a lot on this, because a lot goes a long way. And it don't turn right now because it ain't got the spool and junk, all this junk in it. So we're going to continue to put this together. In here, in this, I'm going to clean these bearings out of that grease and junk that's in it, and put in some of that hot sauce right there. Let me get a little better shot of it. Some of this, it's Quantum hot sauce, Baron lube, and we'll do that. Then we'll stick that cap back on, throw these 4 screws back in it, and then we'll start putting it together on down the line and see how it does. We got it all back together. I left this little cap off right here where I can see the gear in there to see if the grease is staying on the gear, which it should be. But the plus about having a big basement is that you can actually cast in here. And don't make fun of me too bad under my tall socks in my shorts, because I just got off work a little bit. But you can cast in a basement. You can't pitch because the ceiling's too low, or flip, but you can underhand cast it. And it seems like what I did sort of helped it. It still has some grinding noises. We're getting ready to go fishing here in a little bit, and you probably won't see this video until I get back. But we're gonna put it to the test. We're gonna take our real grease with us and stuff, just in case we need to throw a little more grease in it. But I don't know if you can see the cap open there. Let me get that tail out of the way. I'm gonna put the cap back on it there, and then wrap it up. We might take it outside. It's dark out there right now, but we might go outside and give it a good cast down in the yard and see what it does with a long cast. Because the last reel I had that messed up, after it messed up, it wouldn't cast for nothing. You couldn't throw it nowhere. It wouldn't go 20 foot and stop. And this one's done proving that it would go to more than 20 foot. So hopefully it ain't too awful bad. But, you know, leaving it in the water in that creek really didn't help it none. And reeling that fish in, that was probably 50 pound on a little bass rod, it didn't help it none either. But when I casted, like I pushed this button down, and when I cast, I usually have my thumb up top like this, controlling the spool. I don't know how that popped up, but it did. This popped up when I casted this little swim bait, and it sounded horrible. It sounded like a train wreck when it done that. So hopefully it ain't messed up too bad. We're gonna give it a whirl and try it out at the lake. See what we can do there. Thanks for watching, guys, this little video. I know it ain't a fishing video, but it's kind of something a little different. If you haven't seen the video where I caught that spoonbill down at the spillway, make sure you go check that out. It may be here or it may be down here, I don't know. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 500, guys. We love every one of you guys, and we'll see you on the next video.